Hi everyone, Nubkeks here, and welcome to the patch 9.1 Chains of Domination PTR here for World of Warcraft Shadowlands. In today's video, I'm going to show you the brand new zone that we are getting in patch 9.1. Just right here at the start, I wanted to show you, ooh, look how spooky the skybox is in Oribos now. It's all dark and dangerous. And also, check this out. You guys are probably familiar with the mammoth. Look at this new running animation for the mammoth. Very cool. It feels so odd, you know? We've had this weird sort of bouncing mammoth for literally for years since Wrath of the Lich King when they added this thing. And now it's different. He's so smooth. He's like cooking the ground. I like it. Anyway, let's go. How do we get to Korthia? Well, I mean, right when you log into patch 9.1, you have a quest which brings you to the Enclave. Meet up with Bolvar, and it's going to take you through all that sort of stuff. The portal to get over there is over here. We can actually see, I think it's quite fun, these guards standing guard. And we have a really cool graphic on this portal. Like, this portal looks sick. Really ominous. I absolutely love that. But yeah, this is the opposite side of the Flight Master platform to the Flight Master. So you no longer have to feel like an idiot when you take one of these portals up here and you're going, oh man, I've got to run around the whole thing. Well, maybe you were intending to come here to Korthia. So let's hop through and let's see what is happening. Of course, the quest line to get here actually starts you in the Maw proper itself. But yeah, then we arrive in, and welcome to Keeper's Respite. We have our Waystone, and yeah, this is our new hub area with your boy Bolvar Dragon. Welcome, welcome. So we can actually get back to Oribos with this Waystone. There is the teleporter here over to Venari's Refuge. It's my personal favorite quest on the PTR so far. You're chatting to Venari in this cave over here, and then she's like, we should install a teleporter, you know, somewhere that's out of the way. And you're like, yeah, in this cave. And she walks and places it out here, literally in complete view. She's like, this is secret. Yes, yes. I don't know why she's kind of weirdly Russian. That is definitely not what her accent is. Not even close. Okay, back on track though, and also checking out the new slightly altered Talbot animation. What is going on in Keeper's Respite? Well, first of all, we do have a weekly quest which comes from Tal Galan here, Keeper of Secrets, which is to subdue the jailer's effort. So this is like your zone-wide quest. Obviously, the map of the zone here is placeholder. This seems to, you get about 5% progress for every single daily quest that you complete. We'll show you the dailies in a second, and that is going to give you a Death's Advanced War chest, so presumably some nice big reward for doing that. And I would say this is probably going to take 4 to 5 days worth of daily questing. I don't think you're going to need to do it every single day, but you'll need to do it most days in the week in order to get this. As you can see then, dailies are part of a big part of the zone, very big part of the zone. This is going to give a 194 item level piece. I don't know if that is intended or if they'll upgrade that, but there you are. So this is our little starting intro area. Cool, cool, cool. We've got some guards and some braziers and all the trees. By the way, really fun is that this zone, there's these giant chains into the zone. So you can see these giant chains coming out of Torghast Citadel, which are chaining the zone in place. The idea that this was just being pulled into the Maw by the jailer there, which is cool. We have a little Kyrian area over here, and this one is actually quite fleshed out. We've got lots of NPCs here, which is very nice. Mechanicos is there. We have a Night Fae area, which is empty apart from Whisperdown. I don't know what Whisperdown did to the other Night Fae NPCs. It's a little bit spooky. But certainly I'd expect some more NPCs for some of the Covenants. So, for example, the Venthyr area right now is empty. There's a Necrolord area, which is mostly empty apart from one little guy. So, yeah, I'm expecting more stuff to be added in. But it's kind of nice that in this little starting place, all of the different NPCs, all the different Covenants are represented. And that's quite cool, right? So there you go. This is our little staging area. There's obviously going to be a variety of dailies that all these different NPCs are giving out. But yeah, kind of limited in terms of what rewards are there, in terms of the vendors and stuff. There is actually one other cool thing, if I can remember where he was. I think he's up here. Oh, he's in here. Ha! Aha! The Reliquary of Remembrance. So I just, this guy came over after doing a quest. Archivist Roy Soar, but he sells things for being Death's Advanced that Yeah. Create an item that increases the primary stats. So things that will upgrade, I guess, Maw Touch, so possibly legendary things or possibly stuff from the zone, I don't know. And there's this thing called the Progenitor Forge. I don't really know. Again, this cave is very empty right now. It's just a cave in the base with this forge in the back, so seems very much still work in progress to me. But there could be some intriguing item upgrading stuff going on here in patch 9.1 for sure. Let's take a look then at the zone, shall we? Let's take a look. So down this path here, that's how you get into the maw itself. If we zoom out, so that Korthia is this area down here. I don't think this stuff has all been kind of fully implemented. Obviously the map and the overall map of the zone. But you can see where we link into the maw, which is cool. There's actually a whole brand new area of the maw over on this side, which also leads to the new raid, I believe, which is really, really cool. I'll try to get some footage up on screen so you can see that, but that looks awesome. It's pretty badass. Anyway, back to Korthia. First sort of area you have in here is the Sanctuary of Guidance. Now, this is one interesting thing. You see, we obviously have one of our daily quests here is to grab this stuff. One interesting thing which is relatively unrepresented in the zone are these rares. This guy is in fact the only rare that I have seen. He is the only one, and I killed him before and he didn't drop anything for me. So that is something that for the most part is not currently in the zone. I would say it feels very like Mechagon, just minus the rares and minus the crafting stuff. So it's quite bare bones, guys. It's quite bare bones, but just to give you that idea, Mechagon is sort of the feel I get from it. Mechagon Island, relatively small zone with different areas in it. This brings us to our second major area, the Scholar's Den. We've got our Mossworn Demolisher roaming around, but I love this. These guys just dragging corpses. We got some really, really awesome new enemy types here, like this guy over here. This Mossworn Corruptor, he's a midget. I don't know what's up with him, but look at this guy. This guy looks awesome. He looks like something out of Warhammer 40k. It's super badass. All right, so that is the Scholar's Den for now. Again, I'm sort of expecting rare mobs and stuff to be in there. There were some big caves and things in there, but they're just empty right now. Essentially, they are empty. So there you go. One thing you should immediately be noticing here as well, compared to the rest of the maw, you've got a lot of open areas and a lot of areas without enemies in them in Korthia, which is nice. Like over here, we've got these drab hoppers going around the place. We've got little critters. It feels a bit to me as well of Mechagon Island. It also reminds me a lot of Makari from the final patch of Legion. Now, very clearly, this is not, though I'm not saying it's the same as the final patch of Legion. I'd say it's about the same sort of size as one of the areas of the Legion final patch. But there you are. We'll come back to these guys in a second. We've got our gravestone. I think it's a gravestone here. And this is how we're going to get to one of the next areas. We'll just check out this left-hand side first. We got a couple of little areas here. These areas are very nature-y, really. You'll see as we come through here. There's like a mountain you can climb. There's a bunch of devourers fighting the wildlife of the area, which is kind of cool. I also saw something over here which is quite intriguing. If you look on the map, we have these set of islands. Look at this. Look at this over here. There's a chest. I don't know how you can get there, but possibly this is hopefully some sort of secrets. Kind of like, again, the final patch of Legion on Argus, that there would be these little secrets that you can run around and collect and find. That guy is just walking on air, boys. It's walking on sunshine. But yeah, this area is called Hope's Ascent. So you can see lots of these sort of natural creatures, these Korthian flyers. They're very, quite creepy. Remind me a bit of like Ravagers from Burning Crusade, really. And Terrorclaw, dude. So that's what's going on. And we can see one of these big old chains embedded in the mountain up here, linking back into Torghast. Estuary of Awakening. This is sort of the final major area in this downstairs bit. But this is very much dominated by all these aberrations, right? All the devourers. We got the big devourer, this guy. This is a new model. We saw it in one of the earlier places here in Korthia, but these are very cool. I love these. These to me feel very alien, very different. So huge fan of these guys, these ravenous scavengers. I think there is a mount as well, at least one that does use this model. So yeah, if you like them, you can see a lot more of them. We've got these devourer mites as well, but that's sort of this region. You also see like, yeah, you'll see the devourers fighting the natural wildlife as well. But yeah, there you go. I don't know. What do you guys think of Korthia so far? I feel like maybe the colors, maybe it's a little bit drab. I'd like maybe a bit more vibrancy, a bit more pop. Again, kind of like Makari to sort of stand out a bit more. But I don't know. I guess it does sort of feel very much like it is part of the mall. But again, the sort of the natural scope of it and the openness does make it feel quite different at the same time. Now, coming in here to the Seeker's Quorum, this is one of the biggest parts in terms of the questing. So, and this is essentially ruins of these old, I don't know what they're even called, like the Arabos people, the keepers, one of their old sort of cities. So we'll come back to this. You can see we have this whole area down here, the actual city of Korthia. There's the flight path back there that we have to take to get to it. But you can see this just looks visually very awesome. Big ruins over there. We'll go check it out. I actually haven't checked it out yet. I found out how to get there, but I haven't checked it out. We're going to check it out together. But this area, again, is full of these moss-worn sort of attacking these runes, fighting over these runes. And there's quite a lot of quests send you to this area and you're fighting through. Again, we've got runes over here. I really love, actually, these sort of paths. This feels quite different. It reminds me a bit of, like, Star Wars The Old Republic, even. These sort of very angular paths cutting through the sort of natural world. So there you are. This is this whole area. So yeah, lots of just moss-worn fighting over these ruins, and lots of questing does happen in this sort of section. And this is all of the questing stuff that has been in it so far, and all of the dailies have been centered in these areas for the 3 sets of dailies that I've seen so far. They're all in these areas. Nothing has sent me over to this area yet, but that's not going to stop us. We are going to go over anyway. So let's do it. Okay, so to get over to our final area, you have to come to these guys and take this this transporter, this flayed wing transporter. Again, this to me seems very work in progress, very placeholder. There's literally no quests to send you over here right now. There's no reason to go there. It doesn't tell you about this thing. In fact, the way I found it was I was trying to hop over across these mountains. I fell off and died. And I spawned at a graveyard here, and I flew back, and it's like, oh, that's how we get here right now. There's actually a flight path. But here we are. This is the sort of Vault of Secrets area, and I believe this should tie into the mega dungeon. So let's have a little look around. Let's check out over here first. Hopefully we don't fall off and die. But lots of these big elites blasting away. Let's try to go this way, I guess. Who knows? Who knows? We got Mossworn. These guys are fairly chill. They don't mind me running around here. But yeah, like right now, this feels like more of a set piece. Without sort of the quests and the rewards and the rare mobs and things like that. It doesn't feel like there's a huge purpose to being here, but it is kind of cool to see what's going on. It appears these guys don't even have aggro tables. I can just run through them at the moment. So yeah, still quite work in progress. And ooh, we sort of reach the edge. Oh, that looks cool though. Very cool. Let's go around the other way. Oh, that guy hits me. Will you attack me, Mr. Oh god! Ah, Jesus! Okay. Some of them do have aggro tables. Run! Actually, kind of scared me. I didn't expect him to do anything. Run, run, run! I want to get into this central area over here. This is where I want to go. Let's see what's in there. But I do love seeing more of this Arabos style architecture. It's very cool. Secutor Nubkeks. Hello, my friend. What are you doing here? Probably nothing. Oh, okay. Some random train. I suspect that this might be the entrance to the new dungeon. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, again, there's definitely going to be stuff here. But guys, I think that is pretty much all that is here in Korthia right now. So there you are, guys. That is our first look here at the new zone of Korthia. What do you think so far? My impressions are that this is a very, very early point of development. We've got, obviously, the structure of the zone is here. The design of the different areas, the sort of the different enemies and stuff that are going to be there. And as we can see, you know, we do have this sort of daily quest structure. So traditional dailies with a weekly quest that ties into those dailies. One of the big things that is missing right now, no question. We are missing a lot of the sort of just the enemies to bulk out some of these areas. The enemies are also quite weak, so I'd expect them to get a little bit more dangerous, a bit more enemy density in like the enemy packed areas. But you also have these open, natural areas. It feels a lot more free. You've got a lot more space to just kind of move around safely compared to the rest of the mall, where you're kind of always being chased. You're always being hassled. But yeah, rare mobs is definitely something that still needs to be added in. Like I said, I found one, and he doesn't seem to drop anything, and he's not hard. But yeah, a bunch of rare mobs with cool collectibles definitely needs to go in there. When we get like the reputation rewards and stuff fleshed out as well. So that you're getting like cool items, again, collectibles, and also some cool power upgrades. That will help flesh it out. Maybe some events popping up in here. But yeah, that's sort of my thoughts. In terms of the visuals of the zone, I think it's okay. Like, I love a lot of what they've done. The one thing I'm not a huge fan of, let me know what you think, is the color palette doesn't really do it for me. I kind of prefer the brighter, more vibrant zones like Bastion or Makari, personally. This one is quite dreary and grim and weary and grim and sort of grayed out. But yeah, it sort of fits as well with the mall. It kind of feels like it is part of the mall, but it is also different. So I'm curious. For me, of course, the most exciting new features are going to be this new mega dungeon, which is probably in here. The new raid, of course, as well. I do think this feels kind of, to me, it's like patch 8.1 of BFA plus a little bit of 8.2, right? So we've got like the new raid, Sanctum of Domination, kind of equaling Battle of Desire lore. We've got the new, and then we've got the new assaults in the Maw as well, like the new Maw assaults, which is kind of like the faction assaults in 8.1. We've got the continuation of the Covenant campaigns, which isn't properly implemented here yet, but we've got those coming in, kind of like the war campaign. But then what we also have, we do have this new zone of Korthia. We do have the new mega dungeon. So to me, it feels like they have the Mechagon part of patch 8.2 is in here as well, but of course not Nashatar, and not like all the Nashatar raids. None of that stuff is in. It doesn't have that equivalent. So it's like patch 8.1 plus a little bit more, sort of how I feel patch 9.1 is, but it's not as big as like 8.2. Like Korthia is relatively small. It's more like a little Mechagon island to explore. It's more like a little Makari to explore. That's sort of my vibe. Let me know what you think, and we've got raid testing tonight, which I'm very excited about, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.